Previously, Akira and his friends reached his village and he was able to meet his parents who were still alive. However, a new problem arose before them. As among the city people who evacuated to the village due to the zombie virus infection, there was a group of bad boys who wanted to destroy the village, and the leader of the group was named Kanta Higurashi, 24 years old, as a slacker neet. So how can Akira and his friends handle the situation? In a peaceful village, Akira completed his 5th list before becoming a zombie, which is to try growing dreadlocks. He changes his hairstyle to dreadlocks, and who helps him is a girl from the city who evacuated to the village. She formerly worked at a dreadlock salon in Tokyo. Besides that, there was a girl who formerly worked as a teacher and a film makeup artist. They are glad to be in the village because the people are so nice to them, and there is fresh food and a safe place from the zombies. They are grateful for letting them stay in the village, and they hope the time of peace will continue forever. In another place, Shizuka was helping a grandma to cook rice using a traditional hearth. Even though she looked tired, she felt happy because she gained knowledge when there was no electricity. Besides that, she felt interested in the traditional lifestyle. Suddenly a grandpa surprised her from behind. The grandma scolded grandpa and apologized to Shizuka. Grandma said that grandpa had been like that since missing his lover, even though grandpa used to be the best gunsmith in this village. Not long after, another villager came and wanted to borrow a rope to cover his wound from the sickle. Shizuka advised that if the man did that he could get an infection, so she advised him to stop the bleeding by pressing on the artery. Shortly after, the rumors spread among the villagers, and Shizuka became a doctor in the village. In another place, Kencho was observing the cesspit. Grandpa laughed and said, he stopped using it once chemical fertilizer came along. But there's nothing like real manure. Then he explains, the rain washes a lot of minerals out of the soil, but if we recycle what we eat by putting it back into the ground, we can replenish those minerals. Then he asked Kencho if he wanted to dive into the cesspit. Kencho said, he would do that if he was desperate enough. Soon he saw a girl who was looking sad. The girl had lost both parents and there was only her dog who she called family. Kencho, who felt pity, tried to cheer up the little girl with his jokes. At first, the girl looked apathetic, but Kencho's efforts succeeded in making her smile, and they became closer. Meanwhile, our Boing Boing samurai girl was studying the traditional energy resources in the village. A villager explained to Beatrix about the water wheel. It was one of the hydroelectric ones. The water level in this river is stable year-round. As long as we don't push it, we've got enough energy to keep the village going. There have been more zombie boars showing up in these parts. We've reinforced our electric barrier fencing so it closes off most of the village, and it's powered by the water wheel. Then she told Beatrix where the circuit breaker was located, and if it was released it had electricity capable of electrocuting her. The next day, Akira works with his father in the fields, and here we can see that Akira and his father's relationship has become closer than before. Soon Kencho came to say hello to him and gave him cheer. From a distance, Kencho saw someone he recognized, and then he remembered he was Higurashi. Akira wondered who he was. Then Kencho said, he was in our same year. Shared most of our general education classes. But he stopped showing up around 6 months in. Heard a rumor he'd quit school and become a neet. Higurashi, who saw people he knew, was annoyed. He was annoyed that normal people always enjoyed their lives. From today, he would make every day a summer break and he would make terrible schemes with his gang. At night, Akira awkwardly asked his dad to have a drink with him. His dad accepted, and he poured a drink for his dad. In his mind, since he went to the city, his father began to change. Now his hands were thin and he had many gray hairs. He hadn't seen him in a while, but he could have sworn he was so much bigger. Then he said to his dad, I've been thinking since coming back. I used to dream of living in the city. But life here isn't all that bad. It's gotta be hard for you to tend that big field all by yourself. Mom probably appreciates some help around the house. So, if it'll help you too, I'm thinking I'll probably stay here." Suddenly his dad said, "What do you want to do in this hometown?" "A man follows his dream, biggest one he can." Akira asked his dad what his dream was as a kid. Then his dad said, "Have you ever wanted to see this planet from the far reaches of space? They say seeing our planet from outer space is so shocking. It's like taking a blow to the head. Once you leave school and become an adult, you realize how small your world was. Same as how leaving the village for Tokyo shows you how small your world was. You get to see how your whole world is just a tiny fraction of the planet, and how that's just an even tinier fraction of space. That's why, ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be an astronaut. Of course, I was too dumb for that, which is why I haven't gone for it." Akira smiled and said that he never realized his dad had such a wild dream. Then his dad told Akira to find his dream, the biggest one he can, because dreams keep a man solid. Finally, Akira's list number 31 was done, which was to go home and spend time with his parents. The next day in the morning, before the villagers woke up, Higurashi and his gang began to execute his plan, by stealing the bulldozer keys, destroying the water wheel and breaking the zombie barrier at the tunnel, then leading the zombies into the village with the aim of fuck up the society. He plans to turn the villagers into zombies and turn everyone he hates into zombies. In other words, he will take revenge on Akira. The scene moves to the village, where the villagers are doing their daily activities, such as going to the fields and tending to the animals. Akira helps his father in the fields. Kencho helps cut lumber. Shizuka helps the old people by serving as a doctor, and Beatrix helps treat horses. However, their activities come to a stop when mobs of zombies begin to enter the village, followed by a bulldozer used by the Higurashi. The villagers ran to save their lives from the zombies, but many of them died. Akira's father said to leave his mother to him, he would take care of her. Then he told Akira to go and save his friends because they had helped him to come to this village. Shizuka helped evacuate the injured villagers into the house and asked the others to build a barricade to hold back the zombies. She found one of the zombies, and the zombie immediately attacked her. With her Aikido skill, she managed to slam the zombie, but another mob of zombies came to attack her. The villagers came with hose to help her, and they determined to protect the village. Not only that, the hunting club came and fired at the mob of zombies that came. But too many zombies made weapons useless and they ran into the house to save themselves. Higurashi, who saw that, used dynamite to destroy the house, causing the whole house to burn. Elsewhere, Kencho helps a little girl and her dog escape the zombies, and just in time comes Beatrix riding a horse to slash the zombies one by one. At that moment, the four of them meet. They are looking for a way out to save the villagers, and the suspension bridge is the only way out, and they will take everyone there. But the anti-zombie boar electric fence is blocking them. Kencho tries to break the fence, but he gets an electric shock. Akira tries to save him, but he also gets shocked. Shizuka acts smart, using wood to knock them away, and they are safe. Beatrix wondered why the flow of electricity was set to such a high level. She thought that someone had sabotaged it. Hearing that, Shizuka realized, so the electric fence that was previously installed as protection now turned into their traps. While they are stuck on the solution to save the villagers, Higurashi and his gang suddenly come with a mob of zombies, and this is where the battle between Akira's group versus Higurashi's gang begins. So what will happen next? Can Akira and the gang save the villagers? Thanks for watching. Peace.